Welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at surds. Surds, they fall under a number type called irrational numbers. They fall under irrational numbers. Okay, so if you've got root 5 is a surd. It's in the exact form when you leave it like this. If you have got a number root 2, it's also a surd, and it's exact when you leave it like that. If you have got a number 5 root 2, it's also considered a surd, and it's also exact when you leave it like that. So here I'm just going to look at questions and how to simplify surds. If you have got root 50 and you're asked to express in the form a root b, this is what you do. Root 50 is equal to the square root of 25 times 2, and this is the same as writing root 25 times root 2, and the square root of 25 is 5, so you end up with 5 root 2. You can also get a question that says root 80 express in the form a root b. So root 80 is the same as 16 times 5. So here this one is the same as root 16 times root 5, and square root of 16 is 4, so you end up with 4 root 5. And you can also get a question that says root 28 to be expressed in the form a root b as well. So you realize a perfect square, which is a factor of 28, is 4. So this is 4 times 7, which is equal to square root of 4 times square root of 7. And here you get your final answer as 2 root 7. 2 root 7. So also under surds, we get questions that ask you to rationalize the denominator. It says rationalize the denominator. In other words, you are being asked to remove the root sign from the denominator. If you have a question that says root 1 over root 2 and you have been asked to rationalize it, this is what you do. You multiply it by root 2 and root 2 on top and root 2 at the bottom. So on top you end up with root 2, and at the bottom you end up with 2. Because you have to remember, when we were looking at indices, we said square root is the same as power half. So if we have got 2 to the power half and 2 to the power half, our answer is going to be 2 to the power half plus half, which is going to give us 2 to the power 1. So that's why here we end up with only 2, and the root signs, we remove them because we would have simplified it this way. Let's look at another question. If we have got we have here root 3 over root 5, and you have been asked to rationalize it, you look at the denominator, and the denominator is root 5, which means you have to multiply it by another root 5. And what you do to the denominator, you also do to the numerator, which means here you're multiplying both by root 5. And here you are going to end up with this is the same as putting 3 and 5 under the same root sign, and at the bottom you end up with 5. And now you say 3 times 5, you get 15, so you have root 15 over 5, and this will be your final answer after you have rationalized. We look at another question. Let's say we have 2 root 2 over root 8, and you're asked to rationalize it. You're going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by root 8. And here, if you put this 2 and this 8 under the same root sign, you are going to end up, and here you're going to have 8, and on top you're going to end up with 2 root 16 over 8. And here you can say 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 4, 2 into 8, that's 4, and root 16 on top is also 4, and you're going to say 4 over 4, and your final answer is going to be 1. So that's all I had for you in today's lesson. Just go through the video, and if you have any questions, just send them through, and I will help you to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next lesson.